We got the top 5 performances from the first weekend of the NCAA tournament hoops, starting with number 5, Sonia Citron. In this game, Notre Dame took on Kent State, and Sonia Citron stepped up and did what she's been doing all year, getting buckets. This was good to see considering she's been battling a knee sprain that's kept her out a few games. And Sonia, one of my favorite players, very consistent jump shot, nice ball skills. Look at the scoop layup. She was giving them all she had, scoring through contact, and her shot just looks so pretty. You think it's going in every time, and it does 40% of the time. I love how strong she plays when she attacks the rim. Even with the proverbial bad wheel, it hasn't slowed her down one bit. She even made a defensive play. To be fair, that happened after the shot clock expired, but she still played through the whistle, which you always like to see. Shout out Hannah Hidalgo, who had 11 assists in this game, several of them to Sonia Citron. And this girl has no fear. She don't trash talk. One of the best performances from the tournament with 29 points. And the next best performance we got coming in at number 4, Dyashia. And this woman right here don't get nearly enough credit. One of the best scorers the women's game has ever seen. She'll have 3,400 career points by the end of this tournament. Syracuse Orange took on the Arizona Wildcats, and Dyashia put on a scoring clinic. Everything she did was highlight reel worthy. Her handle is just so smooth, and let me tell you this, it don't matter where this girl go in the draft. It don't matter if she goes undrafted, which is highly unlikely, but she making the WNBA roster. She has pro-ready handles. Look at the off-ball move in the NBA range 3. Only 5'5", but lives amongst the trees. She'll seek out the mismatch and make them pay. I would love to see her get the full reins of a WNBA team at point guard. She's just too skilled to not be a player we talking about as an all-star within the next 3 to 5 years. But in this particular game, it was very close. Arizona actually led going into the second half. Then Dyashia got it going and put on an absolute show. Her ISO game is one of a kind. There's a handful of women that got a bag like her. 32 points, one of the best performances so far this year. And now let's move on to the third best performance in the tournament so far. We got Emily Ryan. And if you're not familiar with her game, you about to be. A career high in her last game at Iowa State. She played with so much confidence in this game, I could tell she wanted to leave it all on the floor. She's more of a pure point guard. She only takes 8 shots a game, but in this game, she took 21. Star freshman Audi Crooks was having a horrible game offensively, and from early on, she recognized that and put the team on her back. This was an amazing game to watch. I actually watched it twice. First live, then I watched it again on demand, and her mid-range game was sweet like Splendor. She had the defense guessing on almost every play. When she pulled out the behind the back step back, oh, I knew she was in some kind of zone. As amazing as Emily played scoring and rebounding, she also had 9 rebounds. She was largely part of the reason the Cyclones lost this game. She had a career high 10 turnovers, and that's coming off a game where she had 14 assists. And those turnovers gave Stanford a chance to really have more possessions than they should have had. But 36 points, still one of the top performances from the tournament. The second best performance of the tournament so far was turned in by none other than Audi Crooks. The freshman we all love to see played great in their game against Maryland. And Maryland is a really nice team. They just didn't have anyone nearly strong enough to keep her from getting inside, which was a huge problem for them and is a problem for most teams. The best thing about Audi in this game, she stayed within herself. She saw the defense was too small and she made them pay. Look at that, they not even trying. They just in their way for real. She is such a force on both ends, especially on defense, because she can just patrol the paint and stop anything coming her way. You do not want to see this defense in a half-court set. You got to beat them down the court on a fast break or have an amazing mid-range 2-level scorer. Then on offense, if she gets in position, this team has no problem dumping that ball down to her, and more than likely it's an easy 2. Great touch around the basket, nice big hands, catches every pass. She finished this game with 40 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists. Nothing outside the painted area except free throws. She did it against double teams, triple teams, and she made them girls look like high schoolers. And Maryland was out front actually. They ran away with the first quarter 33-20. Cyclones fought back, big threes from Emily Ryan. Addie Brown is really good too. She got an amazing clutch gene. Audi and Addie, if Audi can add a little more to her game, this team is capable of making the Final Four run. But now let's get to the top performance over the first couple days of the tournament, Kiki Iriafen. One of the best performances you'll see, man or woman, and look at this dunk she did during the workout. That kind of burst I've never seen from no woman. If she can do that in game, she gonna flip the world upside down. Look for her to be talked about as a top 5 pick here in a couple years. And it was a bad idea for Iowa to put Audi Crooks on Kiki because Audi is not the best perimeter defender. She barely got out on Kiki, and Kiki was able to take a lot of uncontested shots, and one by one she knocked them down. Not only being one of the best midi specialists, she could put the ball on the floor. Jab step, quick step is already pro ready. She won the Most Improved award, and look how she just scoring so easy. And I hate to say it, but Kiki saved Cameron Brink's bacon from burning. Cameron Brink had an awful game. Jump shot was not falling. She cursed out the ref. She jumped in her teammate's face, Nunu Agara, and I'm not gonna show it, but it didn't look good. It was ugly. She completely took out her frustration on her teammate. On top of that, Audi Crooks was throwing her around like pizza dough. Thank God for Kiki, who put on the Superwoman cape and led this team to victory. She was partly responsible for the poor shooting game for Audi Crooks, blocked her shot a few times, and I do give Cam Brink credit for her defense. She stepped up big time with 5 blocks, battled foul trouble the whole game. This game went into OT. Iowa State had no answer for this woman. She went 9 of 9 from the free throw line, including 4 of 4 in OT to ice the game. But there you have our top performances for day 1 and 2. Feel free to drop your comments if you feel like we forgot someone. But I'm ElzdaTruph for PR&M. Talk to you on the next one.